Hi guys. I was just watching a sermon from my pastor, and he talked about the crucifixion, Red Letter Day, and what he said was he discussed why God had to die, because a lot of people ask, why did he have to send Jesus to die? Couldn't he have just forgiven everyone? The answer is no. He could have forgiven everyone, but then they still would have to be somebody to take the punishment. You can't, you need justice. God is all love, but he's also justice. And someone needed to pay the price. You'd say, why can't God do away with it? Because the damage was already done. And so, my pastor, he talked about John 10. No one takes my life from me, I lay it down of my own. Because that was the only way to pay the full penalty. If he spent 6 hours on the cross, if he only spent 4 hours and then went, now I'm ready to be done, and went up to heaven, the sin wouldn't have, we still would have been on our own. He'd be up for even a minute less than the full time. It wouldn't have paid the debt. And remember, Jesus didn't have to do this. The book of Matthew, could I not call my Father, and a dozen legions of angels would come. Now I must drink from the cup my Father has prepared. He mentioned, why did God have to come to her as a human? Because God, as God, couldn't die, so he had to take the form of a mortal man. He had the power to forgive sins because he was God, but he was also a man. It's the Trinity. The Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. The Word was with God, and the Word was God, and the Word became flesh. Now, this was actually from a week ago. What happened was I didn't see the sermon, and I was watching to come back to God. It was what I needed to hear. And when I heard that, I decided I needed to go over it with you guys. Red letter, as I said, it was Red Letter Day. Now, Red Letter Day, initial meaning is a pleasant, memorable, significant, or fortunate day. As in the 1400s, red ink on calendars would mark holy days. Of course, this also references how in the Bible, in many Bibles, Jesus' words are portrayed in red ink. Discuss that we have red letter days and black letter days for the unsaved, as they have no one to pay their sin for them. They'll have to pay it themselves in hell. And it's not an easy truth to hear. No one's as good as they think they are. But it is true. It is. It's not an easy truth to hear, but it is true. This is just something you needed to hear, guys. I know this video is a little more informal, but I just did it to let you know what you guys needed to hear. I'll talk to you guys soon.